Everyone, I've made a lot of these videos, but none of them have been as important to me as this one because of that building that you see behind me. I'm here in Padua, standing outside of my favorite work of art on planet Earth, which is the Scrovegni Chapel. It was built for a man named Enrico Scrovegni, and its inner walls were decorated by an artist who I put at the upper echelon of the greatest painters of all time by the name of Giotto. Here between the years 1303 and 1305, and painting essentially 3 horizontal tiers. You do 3 laps as you look around the inside of the Scrovegni Chapel, the life of the Virgin Mary on the uppermost level, the life and mission of Jesus Christ on the central horizontal tier, and then finally the Passion of Jesus Christ with a massive, dramatic Last Judgment covering the inner facade wall. I like to describe the fresco cycle as the first ever motion picture because it really does read like a movie. There is suspense, and there is drama, and there is movement, and there is action in all of the paintings that you see. The frescoes contain some milestones in the history of art, like the first ever kiss scene in the meeting at the Golden Gate. And so whether it's Klimt or Canova or Bacall and Bogart, all of those later iconic kiss images go back to the first one ever here. And there is a joyous kiss inside of the Arena Chapel, but there's also a treacherous one in the great Kiss of Judas, which I personally believe to be the most powerful painting in the history of art. And I remember today the first time I ever laid eyes on that particular painting, and it immediately reminded me of one of the most iconic scenes in the history of film, which is Michael and Fredo Corleone kissing at the stroke of midnight in Havana, Cuba, in the celebrated Godfather movie. There's even room for humor in Giotto's frescoes, particularly in the wedding feast at Cana scene, where we have this large, jolly fellow wine taster figure over on the right-hand side, where Giotto has juxtaposed the big bulbous container of wine, which is his belly, with the big bulbous container of wine, which is the amphora down below. Or in his personification of the vice of stultitia, which translates to stupidity in English. And then, of course, the grand finale, which is that terrifying Last Judgment scene that Giotto paints on the interior facade wall, where we have Christ seated in judgment, and to his lower right, an image of paradise, and to his lower left, a very graphic and frightening image of hell instead. And so, folks, at least once in your lives, make the trek to Padua, make those reservations for the Scrovegni Chapel, walk through those doors, and experience what I believe to be the greatest work of all time. And remember to like this video and to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rocky's Italy, so that you don't miss out on any of this great content that we're filming here just outside the Scrovegni Chapel and publishing weekly.